May I have your attention? I want to introduce to you, here in this corner of the good and the right, there stands a champion robed in white. His height exceeds the heavens, his weight outweighs the world. His reach reaches everywhere, his edge is evermore. He is higher than the highest, greater than the greatest. No one will ever take his crown away, for he is more mighty than the mightiest, and he reigns from above. He is the all-time undisputed, undefeated champion of love. He left his hometown to enter this arena, and he raised his hands in victory for you and me. But an angry crowd they crucified this king who wore the crown, and they gladly watched the champion going down. But I can never count him out, for I'm a witness of the day he arose to retain the title, champion of love. He is higher than the highest, he is greater than the greatest. No one will ever take his crown away, for he is more mighty than the mightiest, and he reigns from above. He's higher than the highest, he's greater than the greatest. No one will ever take his crown away, for he is more mighty than the mightiest, and he reigns from above. He's the all-time undisputed, undefeated champion of love. Lord, I've been born again. I've been born again.
I've been born
Lord,
I've been born again.
I've been born again.
I've been born again.
Don't you know that I've been
To the river
and I've been
baptized,
my soul
converted,
and I feel
alright.
That's the reason
I've been born
again.
I've been born again.
Lord,
I've been born again.
I've been born again.
I've been born again. I've been born again.
I've been born again.
I've been born again.
Don't you know that I've been
To the river
and I've been
baptized,
my soul
converted,
and
I
I
feel alright.
That's the reason
I've been born.
said
I've been born.
said
I've been born.
born again.
I've been born again.
Well, we gonna walk
This road to glory, children, my Lord and I. Yeah, we're gonna walk and tell the story, children, my Lord and I. When I come to the river wide, the blessed Lord is gonna come the tide. We're gonna walk this road to glory, children, my Lord and I. Yeah, we're gonna walk this road to glory, children, my Lord and I. Yeah, we're gonna walk and tell the story, children, my Lord and I. When I come to the river wide, the blessed Lord is gonna come the tide. We're gonna walk this road to glory, children, my Lord and I.
said
I've been born.
That's the reason
I've been born.
said
I've been born.
born again.
I've been born again. If you want more happy than your heart will hold, if you want to stand taller, if the truth were told,
Just
take whatever you have and give it away. Hey, if you want less lonely and a lot more fun and deep satisfaction when the day is done, throw your heart wide open and give it away. If you want more happy than your heart will hold, if you want to stand taller, if the truth were told, take whatever you have and give it away. If you want less lonely and a lot more fun and deep satisfaction when the day is done, throw your heart wide open and give it away. If you want more happy than your heart will hold, if you want to stand taller, if the truth were told,
just
take whatever you have and give it away. Hey, if you want less lonely and a lot more fun and deep satisfaction when the day is done,
just
throw your heart wide open and give it away.
Lord,
I've been born again.
I've been born again.
I've been born
Lord,
again. I've been born again.
I've been born again.
I've been born again.
Oh, don't you know that I've been
To the river
and I've been
baptized,
my soul
converted,
and
I feel alright. I've been born.
said
I've been born. I've been born.
that's the reason
I've been born.
said
I've been born.
born again.
I've been born again.
Thank you so much. Okay? Thank you so much to our, what was the name? The Homeland Brothers. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Before we start the other session, we want to show our beloved Pastor Sentongo Joshua and Muboki that we also know how to sing. And we can even do gestures that they didn't mention. Raise up. Hey, you are still down. Up. We are going to sing a song that everyone knows, and we are going to do gestures that are not part of the one Pastor Joshua mentioned. Some people are still down. I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. We are. I think you know the gestures. We know the gestures. Eh? Let us sit down. So we are singing together. We know the gestures. Eh? How many does it know so that I can show? Everyone knows. We are all down, okay? We are singing together. 1, 2, 3, sing. I will make you fishers of men. Sing. Fishers of men. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. If you follow me. If you follow me. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. Wait. They said we should pray pure a cappella. So we want the cappella, the one of piano, we know you know. Actually you know. But now we want the pure a cappella like Timon said. Pastor Sentongo Joshua and my elder Mboki, they are there examining now. Can we sit and start? One more time. Exercise begin. I will make you fishers of men. Fishers of men. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. If you follow me. If you follow me. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. Someone, ladies, is up. Eh? So clap your hands if you think you have done a good a cappella. May God bless you.
The Lord is good. And all the time. Yes, we have come to the time that you have requested from us, about the question and answers. From yesterday's presentation, from the panel that we had, you sent us a number of questions, which are almost 80. And these questions were categorized, and the panel is answering the questions. Can you clap hands for them? I'll begin by introducing to you the panel that we have. It is made up of special people, and then our usual commoners who were in the panel yesterday. This team you see this side, led by the team of our directors. Why? Among the questions that you asked, there were a good number of questions that were administrative, and we agreed as the team that we shall not carry the cross when the owners are around. So say let the owners of the cross come, and then they carry their part, then we shall carry the other part. Okay? Yes. So they are here to answer the administrative questions because we didn't want to make mistakes when the owners are here. Can you clap hands for our directors again? I don't have the thought of telling you the name of each because I know you know all of them, they are your directors. So for that matter, I'll request that you allow me to take my seat and then allow our moderator for this program to first take us to those questions of administration, and then after we can let our directors also relax as we take the other parts of their questions. God bless you. Brother Musab.
I thank you all so much for the opportunity you have given to us to answer your questions today. It's an opportunity for you and for all of us to have this panel of intelligent people, MDs and SYLs, and you can't just afford to miss this chance of asking a question to this panel, because it is rare to have our directors and the master guides around here at one time. So if you haven't brought in your question, it's a pity for you. We know you have so many challenges at local church levels, so it's today that you have to get the answers and you address them very well. So I'll first call Mama to enlighten something small, then we go into the Q&A, then our directors will answer. Mama, just come on.
Thank you so much. I'm here to present about Uniform Class B. According to our manuals, they leave an option for, did we know the Class B? Class B, off-field uniform. Why it's called Class B, off-field uniform, is when you're in the other activities of pathfinding, of adventurer, of senior youth ambassador, all those. You will not put on Class A uniform. You'll have to put on another uniform which favors you to do field activities. Are we together? That is why it's called Class B, or a field activity uniform. Now in our manuals, administrative manual, it outlines the top only as khaki, and then any other uniform is left to the division. Now North America division has the khaki and the black. Now ECD has not pronounced officially what we put down to adopt. So for now we use black, because you cannot put on white, on the green and the khaki. On Friday you go to the field, again you come back with the same green and you put on white. Are we together? Until ECD will come out officially to pronounce. So we are using khaki and black, because we cannot go to the field in green and then tomorrow come back for Sabbath, put on Class A, again green and white. Are we together there? That is the clarification we want to make. Now what about adventurer? You'll put on the same. It is navy blue blouse, and then you choose the black, because again you'll not put on the adventurer navy blue after children have played. Again they are dirty. On Friday, for example, and Sabbath, they are supposed to put on Class A. Are we together? That is the reason. So the manual leaves it optional for us. Adventurer, it is navy blue and black, because the children will not come again in the sky, in the navy blue. It is sky blue blouse. It is sky blue or light blue. Like which cloth? Yes. It is sky blue. It is sky blue blouse and a black field. Okay? Then the down is called what? Navy blue, isn't it? The Class A and the white and what goes with it. Because you can't imagine children after playing in their activities, again they are coming back with again the same skirt, because the blue is at the top. So we are using Class B, navy blue and the black. The socks, for which one? For Class A, it is white. Of course, when they are in the field, they will not be in the socks. We will come and pronounce for the socks, okay? Yes, again after consultation. But you will not expect children to go to play in white socks and call that one Class A. We will consult again. So for now, let us move like that. Have you understood the point? Then when it comes to ambassador, young adult, they have not told us anything about class B or field uniform. Okay? Now, wait until we'll officially have that. But for now, we have been using either cream and black, either what, because it is field. Okay? And because these ministries are growing up and specializing in the uniforms also. But we have our official uniform for senior youth ministry, ambassador and the young adult and the SYLs. For the ambassador, it is bad. It's not in order to put on another scarf which is not for ambassador on ambassador uniform, and to borrow a master guide scarf and you put on the SYL uniform. Now those interchanges, those are common mistakes which we need to rectify. Or you get a Campori pin and you put on the coat for SYL or young adult. That's one was the Campori event. Put on the coat for the Pathfinder. Are we together? Yeah, those small common mistakes. So we can rectify. Even general conferences are where youth are very active and very innovative, more than us, the leaders. And they'll bring up things. And they normally follow what are common ideas on ground. And when we normally give in our common ideas to the general conference, it listens. And we agree, we discuss, and then we pass out something. Are we together? Yes. So may God bless you. Is that point clear? Yes. So for now, let's move because we have been smart and we are moving on very well.
Mama, before you move away, clarify on body stockings. When are they worn? Black body stockings.
Now.
And on which uniform?
Now, in our manuals, in the SYL, they will describe all this, but they will not say, put on black. Now, this is our design, and it has been adopted, even worldwide, to put on the black down, so that you're not putting on white like the Pathfinder and the Adventurer. Are we together? Are you together? The black socks. So that it is not in the senior youth uniform or ambassador. Again, you're putting on white socks. You look funny also. You just look in the design. Now, we shall recommend that to the general conference so that they adopt also the black. And then it will be official. Are we together? By the way, many of our recommendations all around the world are taken at the general conference because we are the ones on the grassroots. We will take that one also into consideration because the manuals don't say black. But in the manuals for the Adventure and Pathfinder, they say white socks. Are we together? And then they leave option for the Class B. We will come again in case of any other change or any other official communication you have got from the division. About the socks for field uniform. People are serious. We've never thought about that even. Socks for field uniform. You're in the field, you are in the socks again. Okay. Very innovative young people. That one general conference is aware and we appreciate. Now about flags. Flags. Now, we have the Master Guide flag and the SYL flag of recent, and it is officially on our GC website. Now, the only thing we don't have is we don't have a specific Master Guide anthem. We talked about it in our advisories at ECD with the General Conference, and they are thinking about it. But we said now, if we put a Master Guide also as anthem, it will be terrible. Where a Master Guide will be a club and they leave alone the other young people. So, on occasions for junior youth, we have the master guide flag. It is risen together with the rest of the flags for junior youth as we sing their anthems respectively. The same with senior youth. When you're raising the senior youth anthem, all the flags for senior youth will go up. Now, we don't have ambassador anthem. You wait. General Conference will tell us about that one. We received applications and what about composition of a general song. Did you ever see that one? That combines all the ministries. It is still the hassle that General Conference we are still putting right. We will again come and pronounce. Are we together with that? I'm seeing people holding themselves. They are meditating. Okay. God bless you.
Okay, now let's go just straight to these questions. You cashed in here, but if you fail to cash in your question, if time allows, we shall give you an opportunity maybe to ask it straight away. But we divided these questions into 4 categories, and one is so much administrative. That's why our directors are here. I don't know whether we have an opportunity of getting other mics. Mr. Kalinda, is there an opportunity? Please be awake, because this time is so crucial to you. We are addressing challenging issues you find to your local churches. So be alert. Don't sleep, and sharpen your ears so that you can address the mistakes you do down there. Do you have the opportunity to get more mics?
Let's use what we have. It seems they have been taken by the owners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the first question is it in order to be the director of Adventurer and Pathfinder at the same time? Our director, answer that.
It is not in order,
Why?
because youth ministry is a profession that requires a profession. For example, if you're an adventure director, you have a lot of assignments to do with adventure ministry. So you will be overworked and you will not be able to deliver if you take 2 offices at the same time. So I would recommend, if you are an adventure director, you keep the adventurer, let another person be chosen for Pathfinder director.
There are a lot of tasks to be met. So,
Thank you. Sir, go on.
what causes the master guides and SYLs to be disrespected at their local churches?
It depends. Some churches, majorly some church members, may look down on the youth programs. The other side, after training, these people may become inactive. So you must make yourself worthy to your church every day. You go to worship there. Every moment the church has a program, make sure your training has got an advantage to your church. So what makes them not to be respected, sometimes it can be their conduct themselves.
Okay,
After graduating, others can give up.
very right. Another question? An addition? Okay.
Thank you very much. Sometimes it is a matter of being irrelevant to what you are supposed to do. Let's learn to be genuine leaders, not fake leaders. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Another question. How can you help a director who does not have the support of the church leaders in the local church? How can you help that director?
That is a good question.
why do you accept to be a director and yet the church has refused to support you? I'm chosen as a treasurer, not so?
Yes.
Does a treasurer buy a pen? No. Does she or he buy an envelope? What about the receipts? If the church has given you that office, let it provide everything that is supposed to be in the office of youth ministries.
Okay.
If they have failed, carry the office that was given to you and get it back until they give you that support.
Okay, thank you, Pastor.
Supplement?
Supplement here.
Lastly, on
Musa?
support,
Yes.
friends,
Yes, Elder.
Let's listen, please.
if you can hear me, can you shout amen?
Yes, listen, calm down.
You have been given an office. We are saying make yourself relevant. You may tempt the church not to support you because yourself you are disorganized. You are not implementing what you are trained in the basic staff training. We are telling you produce the annual program as early as February and January. But you're ambushing the church and you're telling them today is Global Youth Day. Let us go out. You've never informed them anyway. So what we are saying, for you to earn the support of your church, bring your plans early, let them vote them. I want to give an example of Sister Tasing Karuth. When she was serving Ginger Central Church, she would bring her plans to the local church board. They vote them. By voting them, it means, yes, we shall support them. Now, whenever they don't support you, remind them, remember church board, you voted to support. But you don't plan, you don't present on time, you want them to think for you, and you're complaining they're not supporting you. Please, put yourself to order. It will help others to be put into order. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Simon,
Elder.
here.
Supplement? Very fast. Very fast.
Thank you so much, our moderator. Members have ever been a local leader for both youth and women. But there is something what we call lobbying. Lobbying. My dear leaders, this is what I know, and it worked for me. Wherever I knew that we have a meeting and we have our work plan, I would go to the first elder, the pastor. I talk to him. We have a meeting, but as youth, we have this and this, pastor. We are going to do this and this. Now, pastor, how do you see? So the moment we go for a meeting, my pastor is already on my side. The first elder is already on my side. The secretary has my agenda. There is no way they cannot support me. So members, let us learn how to lobby. Let us work together with our leaders. We shall win.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Briefly, supplement.
Let me put something. We have also a challenge of our leaders down there, the elders.
Yes, please.
Who at times they don't know the roles of these people, and we will try to tell them what they are supposed to do.
Fine.
However, to all those who are leaders, who are directors, get to know that you are big men and big women. Because you sit in that meeting which is called the church board, where you will present all your issues. So since you are a member, don't shout from outside. Come inside, deliver yours, and then you will be worked upon.
Attend church board sittings regularly. Elder, when I briefly supplement and you go.
I want to support my colleagues down there. Much as all these activities are being done,
Yes.
we have some elders who are very negative about this youth program.
Right.
When they are there in for the church board meeting, they don't support and they don't buy any idea brought to them by the youth leaders. So as leaders, as Pastor Sentongo put it, when you find it is beyond your control, take the office back to them. But if you can actually get a new shock absorber, please work within your means and push on.
Thank you so much. Another question.
Yes.
Normally, we see T-shirts made. But who makes T-shirts like for Global Youth Day? Maybe our leaders know about that.
Hello?
Who has the right?
Friends.
And they are expensive.
Friends, I spoke as a teacher in the morning. Now let me speak as an artist. I'm one of those few who make Global Youth Day T-shirts.
Hey.
The church at GC designs the logo. It gives you an artistic impression how the T-shirt will look. It does not dictate on the material, the design, but the logo is there and the price. Therefore, the local church has freedom to choose an artist who can provide services at the prices they can.
Okay.
And their design. Look at Bunga SDA, English Church. Their design is very different from the one I made, from what you put on. And I want to think theirs was the most expensive T-shirt in Uganda. But once the customer is comfortable and the artist is comfortable, then there's no complaint. But where you find the prices are too high, you're free to look for another service provider. Ask your youth director. They are connected to those different artists who can do such services.
So it is open so long as the logo is not changed.
Yes.
So long as the rules of the logo is not changed.
It is open. And maintain the standards.
It is Global Youth Day T-shirts, not
Only.
uniform. We were answering the question for T-shirts.
The
Global
uniform
Youth Day.
part is coming. Okay, another question. Let's go very fast. How much is insurance? Official amount, 80,000 or 10,000?
Pastor Dunstan. Okay.
Thank you so much. We insure our Pathfinders with Adventist Risk Management. It is a church corporation which is responsible for that, and they have a number of packages. But under Pathfinder package, they charge $2. And here in Uganda, we put $1 at a rate of 4,000 Uganda shillings, which makes it 8,000 Uganda shillings per Pathfinder per year. Am I clear? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome, Pastor. Any supplement?
No, thank you so much. Yeah, now you realize that most so like for the master guide, if you received the master guide application forms, there is 10,000 written on, right? How many of us have received those? And I think even Pathfinders. So that is administrative fee of 2,000, okay? But the insurance is 8,000, all right? Now, I also want to answer this thing about insurance because it's always a question, insurance. What does it cover? What events does it cover? Now, when we pay our annual insurance fees, that we normally actually advise to be paid in the first quarter of the year, all right? It covers all club activities, all right? Club activities, local church, okay? The $2. Now, the same insurance will cover you when your district organizes an event, okay? The same insurance will cover you when the zone organizes an event. And you people in CU soon know this. When you normally have an event as a zone, I will only request for a list such that I cross-check in my insurance list all those who've already paid. Now, for those who've not, I normally tell you, these have not. All right?
Yes.
Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, Pastor.
As you organize for your campouts, okay? So it covers you. But when it comes to a union event, no, from union, no, it will not cover you. All right? So for union event, normally the amount that is now we paid for here, there is a cost of insurance attached for us to be here, even when we paid for our annual insurance, because this is a union what? Event. Thank you.
That also answers the other question for double insurance.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Pastor Danson.
Another question. Directors who didn't come in this convention, how are they going to know these changes like giving out exams and assessments.
Okay. Master Guide Josh.
Elder Joshua.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to begin with the words our mama has just said here when he was announcing the instructors. One, you who is here, the purpose of being here is being an ambassador of change. You begin with yourself. Starting with yourself, the change the mistake that you have been doing, and you have had it here, you know that you have known that it is a mistake. By the time you go back to your local church, make sure you have put your uniform right. So that as you're explaining to your fellows who are remained behind, it is easy for them to understand. Number two, let us make use of our manuals. We read our manuals so that as we're explaining to them, we have the terms of reference so that they can know what you are talking about. But that is very easy. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Seba. Another question was answered. It was also about insurance.
Okay,
now
go
this
on.
one.
Yes.
What is the process of insuring a child? He's asking about the process. The process.
Okay, let me answer as I understand it.
What is the process of insuring a child?
Of insuring a child, and of course we're talking matters youth ministry. All right? So this is what happens. Okay, as a church, we voted to start a club. All right? So now when we voted to start a club, not the procedures, because I won't be going into that because it's not a question. Now, one of the requirements by induction, we must remit insurance fees for this child before they start on class, because they need to be insured before they start the activities. All right? You cannot now they make a mistake. They even start the activities, they even take the children before insuring them. Now that is the problem. So once the church has voted, now, and of course we go in for our enrollment night, do even do these things? Do even do this ceremony nowadays?
They have learned to do it.
They've learned, yeah?
Process, yeah?
Okay, so that is when we call the parents and they fill in the application forms, okay? And part of their commitment is to pay for the insurance. So we organize for insurance, it is paid, then we induct the club, all right? So the process is like that, and then the money is brought to the conference, okay? The money is brought to the conference of field, you get a receipt to the club, and the receipt remains in office, okay? And so the other process. Yes, of course, it's at the conference, of course, the money goes to the treasury. And then the treasury, it is the treasury that issues the receipt. And of course, now when you bring the insurance, you must bring the list of names. Now, let me also talk about it. You normally request for individual receipts. I want to let you know, even our leaders, probably if your treasurer is here and you request for individual receipts for each participant, the treasury does not give out individual receipts. The treasury gives in one receipt for the club. Now what we do, we attach the names. So if a parent wants a receipt, you can only photocopy this receipt together with the receipt of the name, such that they know that their child is part of the money that has been paid. All right? Thank you.
Pastor, don't go. Pastor. Finish this also. What is the procedure of accessing insurance services and the risk?
What is the procedure? Okay. Now, I think now when a risk has happened.
Yes, that is it.
A risk has happened and we paid. What happens? Now, when a risk has happened, probably you're in a camp out and this has happened. Of course, you're not going to wait. There's somewhere where a risk happened and the child was there. Was it a child, a master guide or someone? And they were calling me. The person is, what should we do? Rush the person to the hospital, right? And ensure they get the proper medical care. Now, ensure you get the medical forms duly signed. You get? By a qualified doctor or medical personnel. You do not go to Mama Nakazi Herbal Center and expect that you're going to get anything from Adventist risk management. So when you bring those forms, now that is when we start. Okay, that is when we start as a conference now to process for you to get your refund for insurance.
Thank you.
Okay,
Pastor.
there's a supplement here from the.
I think you people are noting these things which are explained here.
Yes, for you to be compensated, the activity must be voted. It must be on the work plan, which was voted by the church board.
Exactly.
This child must be under the leadership of the duly appointed leader. If he was a pathfinder and was under a divine child director, it's already a mismatch. Those must be taken care of.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pastor.
Welcome, welcome.
Let me put this also.
Very fast.
That we have got a challenge. Our directors down there will organize functions. They will not consult the fields and the conferences, of which we will want to vote if the fields also must vote to know that those activities are going on down there. Now, when you have that function and you don't inform us, then that is a problem. Also, on that report, we will need to have an attachment of police to explain what was happening so that this thing can go on well. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
Yes, sorry about this.
Okay.
This is very sensitive. Now, friends, we've gotten situations where, as we sit in offices as directors, you're on WhatsApp, you see photos happening now. Camp out. You don't have a letter in your office about this training camp, and people are in their camp out. Now, if you're from Central Uganda Conference, you know this. Once you go out for a camp out that is not even voted by your church, and there is no letter in the office, only kululu. But the second thing is, your investor may not happen. And this happened to some of you, and you know it. Why? Because you're going to bring problems. When people get problems from there, they will not even call the person who took, they will come straight to us in offices. What are you doing in offices that people are doing their own business there? Why are you there? So for us, we tell you and you're like, no, what? And the reason as why you do not want to, some of us, and I know this, people pay their insurance, but some of us do not want to bring this insurance. Because once you write, we will ask for insurance. And so because you don't want to remit the insurance, you decide to take the people there. And you use the insurance probably for food or for your own gain. Now, I request kindly, and on behalf of my directors, let us work together in this, okay? Let us protect our people. You have no idea. Probably you've worked in this ministry and you've never seen anything happen. But it will happen one day.
This Pastor, choirs will be in
very fast, Elder.
Members, thank you very much. This is a very sensitive issue. My submission on this issue is like this. I want us to look at this scenario where an incident has already occurred. The church is there to carry the blame. The clan and the clan leaders is there on the church. The government is there on the church. And you, who is a leader who took the campus out, is now hidden somewhere. So, I want us to look at this scenario because sometimes we hide. These things we can't avoid. We have not yet conquered the world. So, I advise we do our things as a family and in spirit, but not to bring temptation to our leaders. Thank you.
Ruth
Welcome,
has a supplement.
Elder. Welcome,
and
Elder.
then we go to another question. We're almost finished with the admin question, then we can let you relax.
Hurry up.
Thank you so much, our leaders, and thank you to the participants. I'd like to say this about insurance. Elder Mboke has shared something about work plans. Insurance moves alongside the church board vote. So when we collect these monies from the participants, those are the club members, let us, those are the secretary treasurers, those of you that are in charge of collecting the club monies, you're called secretary treasurers, remit all the funds to the local church treasury. It might take you like a month when you're collecting these monies from your club members. Keep remitting the money to the church treasury. When you are sure that all your club members have remitted the funds, please let the church board know that this list, these members have paid their insurance fees, and we need a vote from the board to get the monies and take them to the conference or the field, alongside our work plan. And the field or the conference director will just implement. Because the church board has already voted, the money is moving alongside our vote, everything is streamlined and very organized, reimbursement is going to be easier. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruth. People, don't eat up insurance money. Put it where it is supposed to be, and things will move well. Another question. It has two parts. People, you are the one who asked this question, so bear with us. Keep around, note down, and be cautious enough. What if I know each and everything in Pathfinder classes, but they don't have certificates, but bought stripes and put them on my shirt? Will I be blamed? Yeah? Listen very carefully. What if I know each and everything in Pathfinder classes, okay, but don't have certificates? You see? But bought stripes and put them on my shirt. Will I be blamed? Why? Elder.
First and foremost, where will you buy them from? That is the first question. That means you have somewhere along the streets where you'll buy them. Number two, and by the way, you may not get that place. If there is one, alert us earlier. We go for an arrest. Number two, if you know what shows that you know, that is number two. Because if you know, first of all, you say you know, there is no any club in your local church that you are teaching. Now, why do you keep those things for yourself? Two, there are classes going on where you are supposed to be qualified to get those trips. What stops you to join them and you get them? That means you are defiant somewhere. Let me invite Elder Odea to also come and add on.
Thank you very much. Those guys, I call them kafufus. Because, now, who assessed you? Eh? It means you were a kafufu, you qualify yourself for one thing. To get those things, you are supposed to be assessed. After assessing, that's where you get a certificate, or when you go through, that's where you qualify. If you don't qualify, you are a kafufu, and me in my area, I arrest you. Because you are the guys bringing problems. So one thing, the thing is wrong. Get to be assessed. Another thing, after assessing, you'll be able to get them from your conference director. Or
just in conclusion, if you have not sat for PLOE, much as you know all the questions and answers, can you be able to get a pass slip? It is at that point when you sit and do an exam that you're able to confirm you that you know. You don't know unless you prove that you know.
Thank you. Part B of this question is, where should we put the strips for Pathfinder classes on our shirts? Answer that very fast.
Where do you see any friend, companion, expert ranger for you on my shash? Please, can you come? Where do you see any? You cannot be in P5, P6, P7, P8, and P9. You never. Gentlemen, we don't put them here. Thank you.
Hello.
Where do we place them? When I was in friend, I had a friend strip. Fine. When I went to companion, I gave it to somebody else. The fact is, these things were supposed to be given by the church to you. But there came time, which we call the Great Debt Recovery. It was in SDA Church in Uganda. Ever since the Uganda Union is no longer, or the church is no longer buying strips for us, we buy them for ourselves. But even though you buy it, please don't be in P5, P6, P7. When you are in Explorer and you go in Ranger, please give this strip to somebody else.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much. Another question. This calls for an organized way now. There are honors in town where people just go and buy and decorate themselves. What should we do? The question is, there are honors in town where people just go and buy and decorate themselves. What should we do, Pastor?
Once upon a time, I was a youth director in Central Uganda Conference.
Amen.
I received a call and email from the General Conference, Uganda supplying insignias to Congo. And Uganda Union summoned the CUC because all the machines are in Kampala that make those insignia. Dear directors, dear leaders, all insignias are bought at the conference in the union. All insignias are bought at conference fields and the union. Those that you get at NASA, that is you, and we know them. When I put them on, I get to know that this is from NASA. By the time I used to undress people. Yes, you are not supposed to buy anything that you have not been invested. You are not supposed to put on anything, any insignia that you have not been invested in. However much you are brilliant, however much you are knowledgeable, however much you are what, be invested, get that insignia, please. We don't have us in towns where these things are made as Seventh Adventist Church Uganda. For Uganda. No. No. If you find them there, you are buying them on your risk, and that person selling them to you is on risk. There is a time when Central Uganda Conference was putting people in prison, those who produce lessons. I don't know what is happening now. There is no Sabbath school here. We used to put them in prison. There is a time when new hymn books were being produced. People are making money in church from church properties. It is now a business. I was a youth director. It was a global youth day and Pathfinder day. People were moving with the cars. They reach a church, they open a booth. They begin selling insignias. Yes. And people from Mount Olives were calling, and that is a good church that reports. Please let every church, if you see somebody selling these insignias, report to us. These insignias are gotten from the conference, the field, and the union. Yesterday, our leader from Uganda Union told us, what does the church provide? The church provides the uniform, the cloth, this cloth. Period. And Global Youth the t-shirts. Period. Only that. Only that. The insignias, the scarves are gotten from the conference and union and the field. So that is that.
Thank you, Pastor.
Allow me to say something small.
Yes, Pastor. Very fast.
This is very, very sensitive. Now there is something that is happening, and from this convention, kindly, I'm going to give a directive to investing officers. What is happening now in the churches, when it's time for investure, okay? So as we're dressing master guides, you find sachets with honors that were not even assessed. Have you realized that?
Yes.
With the honors, and you wonder where they gotten them from, who assessed the honors. At one time, I asked a person, the master guide who was being invested, what is this? No idea whatsoever. So what is happening? The class coordinator collects money to make money and to show everyone that they are working and they want their master guides to look like, I don't know. So you find the honors. Now this is what is going to happen. If a master guide comes, an investing officer comes to invest your club, your master guides, and finds that you already have these things and they were not assessed, they will have the powers to cancel that investor. They are going to have the powers to cancel that investor, and you'll be embarrassed. And they will explain to the church. They will and expose you. People, the ministry is going to die. If people are getting things anyhow, now why should people even bother and tussle in class to study when someone can just go anywhere and buy these things? Why? And it's because people want to get money. It's money, the root cause of all evil. So kindly let's love this ministry. And I'm with friends. I always tell people I'm a youth director, and by virtue of my position, I can have the gold and silver medal, even without working for it, by virtue of my position. But I never put on even a silver medal. Why? Because I need to work for it such that I'm happy when I have it. I can see that I worked for it. Why should you put on something simply because you want to appear and people to praise you? You have this and that. Kindly, let us not take this ministry down the drain. We're going to be serious about this. We thank God for this conversion. Good enough, we've told you this. Go back and tell the people. We're going to be serious. There will be undressing. There will be cancelling of certificates. Things are going to happen now. Things are going to happen if we're going to bring sanity back to this ministry. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Now, dear directors, be aware of this. Our directors, this one is saying, please make honors and awards available during investiture. So make them available during investiture. Another one says, is a master guide allowed to get money and arrange for purchasing the materials such as scarves and insignias and bring them closer to pathfinders without passing through the field?
The answer is no.
The answer is no. It is not a business. Another question. Could we have formal documents for Uganda Union Mission, AY clubs, IGI reporting forms, club registration forms? Can we customize for each local church? It is done. They are available. Just go in the offices and get the materials. Another question is saying, please, those cards and assessment books or activity books, can you tell us how much each? How much are the activity books? Activity books?
For adventurer? Yes, adventurer activity books are 5,000. Okay? 5,000. Instructor are 6,000. Are we together? Who is to buy? Like pastors, when it comes to instructor manuals, of course, the church has to buy for the instructors. Activity, these are for the participants. Then our parents need to buy. But again, even as an instructor, you're supposed to have your own. All right? Yeah, you're supposed to have your own. But we also encourage the churches to buy these books. Thank you. Tomorrow there will be a table for the, but I think they've been even selling around.
I want to supplement something small.
Very fast, Elder.
Yes. Now, that price that is being talked of is a good price for everybody to access when you are here. I want us to, that's at Uganda Union. And even when you are here, you have that chance. Now, I want us to apply common sense. You are in Rwenzori. You have come to office. You want a book. At a conference, I don't know whether Rwenzori has books on stock. They don't have. Or even if they are to get, these books have to come from Uganda Union. multiple money charges, transport charges. So expect an additional charge, which is not so big, depending on where the books are going. Thank you.
Welcome. Other questions?
Excuse me.
Elder, very fast. We are running out of time.
My dear directors, I want to make this analysis also together with our leaders down there. Concerning the materials, instructional materials, it is supposed to be bought by the teacher. That one is the teacher's guide, okay? That is if the church is incapable. But I want also to bring this issue before us that our local churches down there, when it comes to buying books, I'm a Sabbath school coordinator in my field. But you find that these tycoons, they don't have even the Sabbath school quarterly lesson. Now tell me, when it comes to children and youth, can they afford? Do they have the desire to buy? So the complaints raised by our people down here, it calls for spiritual nurturing. We need to talk to our people, our elders, our parents, to understand the value of this ministry in the church and their role as parents. We are not only meant to produce and leave them to whom it may concern.
Exactly. Thank you, Elder. Now listen to these two. You are going to answer them simultaneously. One, what do you do when you want any other master guide from other entities to be the one to preside over the ceremony? What do you do when you want any other master guide from other entities to be the one to preside over the ceremony? Two, what steps can we take to invite a guest apart from youth director to preside over the ceremony?
That is a policy issue. That is a policy issue. When you want a master guide from Omitiana to see, you must follow procedures. Have an action from your church board, send it to the conference sends it to the union places it where you want that person to come from. Failure to do that, conduct your business. Now, within the same field, your director is mandatory to send you somebody, to assign somebody to come and conduct that service, not you. It is the director of the field and the conference.
Thank you, Pastor.
Induction and investiture is not a wedding where you choose who is going to add you with your spouse. It's a policy issue. If Awena is the youth director of Northern Uganda field, you can't tell him, we want Elder Muboki to come and do an induction. It is you to invite Awena. If Awena is busy, he will choose anybody within his territory or another territory and make arrangements to see how we can bring that person. So even if you have a youth director you hate so much, it is him to do that event.
Thank you, Elder. Why doesn't Uganda Union adopt some organized structures of master guides and leadership like that of NAD? Why don't you adopt some organized structures?
Thank you. NAD in full is North American Division. We are East Central African Division. As Uganda Union, we belong to ECD. We are not Americans, we are East Africans and Africans. Let us learn to love what we have. But we can write proposals, submit them to ECD Youth Committee through our union leaders. If the ECD votes to adopt something from NAD, then it is all the countries or unions in ECD that will vote that and it is implemented. Thank you.
Yes, Pastor, very fast.
Now, you are fighting for NAD. NAD is very serious. Now they are going to have, they are having international camporees. Uganda needs to go to those international camporees. You must be an extraordinary person. Why do you want us to adopt theirs when they don't want to receive us in their camporees? So NAD is NAD and ECD is
ECD.
We have policies that let us appreciate what we have. We have policies, those are whites and we are blacks.
Thank you, Pastor. How can we, the chaplains, be helped in the presence of our bosses who does not allow club organization to open up? Sorry? These are chaplains now. How can we, the chaplains, be helped in the presence of our boss who does not allow club organization to open up? Pastor, answer very fast.
Hey, this is very sensitive. Now, the chaplain in that school, who sent you there, first of all? Was it the conference of field? If you went there by the conference of field committee, then that's very risky and dangerous. By policy, a chaplain is sent in the school by the conference of field committee. Even if they are schools of individuals, they should contact the conference and fields so that we recommend to them people who will work with their students for the protection of their society. They are willing to cooperate and put into practice all conference and field programs. But if someone got you on the street and took you there, then that was where the mistake has came from. But it was a private arrangement with that person, but which can be rectified. That's the guidance I can give.
Thank you very much. Another issue is insurance schools. Every place where there is a club, those pathfinders, those ambassadors must, and adventurers must be insured. Where there is a what? A club. If schools have clubs, they must be insured. Once upon a time, Amucha was traveling from where? From Lira to Akokolo. And the truck they were using turned up and many students got problems and some of them died. No sooner that accident happened, they called the Uganda Union. No, they called the WOOF, Northern Uganda Field. Northern Uganda Field asked, were they insured? No. Proceed to Uganda Union. Uganda Union, these people have gotten accidents. Were they, Union replies, were they insured? All the churches kept silent. So, schools, if you are taking students for tours, make sure they are insured. Because you never know. We are coming from Kasese, Mitandi. We are coming from Mitandi. And the buses got problems. And people got accidents and broke some legs. But we are insured for that company. And the insurance had to intervene. So when you are traveling from one place to another, that is an emphasis. So schools, if you own our clubs, make sure those clubs are insured.
Thank you, Pastor. There are remaining some few questions for you, our directors. Then I remain with these master guides. Very fast.
All right, a quick supplement that goes with insurance. Somebody says every year we pay insurance. What happens after 10 years? When I haven't got any problem, where does the money go? I will simply answer with one statement.
Are not interested. Have you even realized that there are some children in our Adventist churches who have Adventist parents, but the parents are not even interested? Okay? Can we be guardians for them? Can we be guardians for them? All right? Because it is parent stroke guardian. But now I don't want to talk about the Adventist child, but this non-Adventist child. In my own thinking, maybe my directors will add on this. Yes. Yes. So, me, I would think, okay, the thing is, the parents should consent as well. Because you have to take them camping, what if a problem happens? So as a director, you visit the parent of this child. Okay? And so you explain to the parent. Once the parent agrees, I think they need to sign a consent form that they've accepted for their child to join the Pathfinder Club. Now, what we can do as a church is to meet the requirements. for this on behalf of the parent. Thank you.
Elder, talk that in the microphone. Very fast.
This, even if an adventurer belongs to a church member, you are not supposed to take the child out without the consent of a parent. Because at the end of it all, if anything happens, things backfire, you have to take back the child to the what? To the parent. Let the parent consent for their children, whether SDS or not. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so
Josh.
much. Thank you so much, our
Is your
directors.
platform backing you? Okay.
Your questions are over. Thank you so much for the participation.
Let's clap hands for our directors, you people. Yeah, as they are moving out, I've been rightly informed that those who miss out on getting their bags, they are being given out at the gate. Now, that is the first bunch of questions asked. Should we stop here? Can we have a break of how many minutes? Okay, someone to give us an energizer, then we can go to another round of questions. Energizer? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Betty. I'm from Machinda and I'm a master guide in training. So we are going to do a simple activity just to bring us back on board. So I'm going to do a simple activity called Simon Says. Well, in this case, I'm not Simon, but I'm going to assume the role of Simon. Okay, so Simon will give a set of instructions you have to do. But if Simon doesn't say and then you do, so you fail, right? So for example, Simon says, stand up. Right? Simon says, sit down. Well, Simon didn't say sit down. So you all failed. Do you understand? Simon says, stand up. Simon says, clap. Simon says, clap. Simon says, jump. Jump. Simon says, sit down. Stand up. Simon didn't say stand. So you all fail. You get the logic of the game? You can only do what Simon says. Are we together? So we'll do one more try around. Simon says stand. Simon says clap. Simon says clap. Simon says sit down. Stand up. Simon says stand up. Sit down. Simon says sit down. And stand up. Stand. Simon says stand up. Clap. Simon didn't say clap, so you all fail. All right? So we'll do one more round. Simon says stand up. Jump. Don't use voices, eh? It's like an instruction. It's just like action-oriented activity. Someone says dance. Someone says dance. Someone says give a hug to a friend. Someone says give a big hug to a friend. Stop. Simon didn't say stop, so you continue giving a big hug. Keep giving a hug. Someone says sit down. Thank you so much.
Hello. Thank you so much for that energizer. God bless you. Can you give her a hand clap? Dear friends, we have finished around 20 questions. 20 or 15. We are remaining with around 60-something questions to answer. We have agreed and they are your questions, not ours. They are your questions, okay? We have agreed as a team that first we shall burn our candles. So we have agreed we let you first relax, have supper. Immediately after supper, we are going to answer all your questions. Let's have first refreshing up. Immediately after supper, we are here, we answer your questions, and then we see what comes next. May God richly bless you. But before we leave, I request that we rise up, and then I'll request Pastor Joshua to pray for us as we break this. And after praying, we shall have members of the publicity committee. Master Guide would like to meet you. Just let's meet here. Pastor Joshua, pray. And when you are praying, Gentlemen, we remove our caps. Thank you. Ladies, keep your caps on. We shall ask that why when we come back.
Okay, let us pray. Dear loving Father, we want to thank you for this session. It has been interactive. These are questions that our brothers and sisters have been having wherever they have been ministering from. Now that we have done our part answering them, some of them are policy issues, some of them are club issues, some of them are leadership issues. Father, we pray that whatever we have discussed might be implemented for the good cause of our clubs in youth ministries wherever we are. Be with us as we break now until we come back. Bless the meals that we are going to have. In Jesus' name I pray.
Announcement. If you're interested in the bag, it is 30,000. Just have very few bags. 30,000 you may buy for your wife, for your husband, maybe for your girlfriend, but for your leader. You'll go to the treasury, it is 30,000. We just have very few because those are available. And then those of you who are interested in the I will go pin. If you're interested in the I'll go pin, you'll find them with the table there. It's only 6,000.
Thank you so much.